I've presented here a table that you've probably seen before. This table represents the entire sort of bird's eye view of boosters and super boosters. I understand that this is a bit opaque and maybe hard to digest for people, but let me review it real quick, and then I have more slides that'll help you understand it better. The basic thing communicated in this table is that there is one booster and 6 types of super boosters. The variation on them is primarily by price. So a booster is $150 and you get 100 Vitru coins with it, and there's no lock, and it vests over 18 months using the exact same vesting schedule that everyone else has for the holders. And a booster's purpose, the reason a booster exists, in addition to funding the protocol's ongoing development, is to accelerate your boosting. So each booster gives you a 0.1% acceleration, and there are more perks and there's more revenue share. I'm going to talk about that in more detail, so we'll skip that for right this moment. The 6 super boosters, they are in varying in price. They increase from 25,000 all the way to 250,000. And what you also get is a discount. You get a discount on the price of Vitru, which means you get more tokens than you would have gotten if you had just bought the same number of boosters multiplied. The super boosters are intended for investors who are interested in the token primarily, and so we expect them to hold. So they will be locked for 8 months, and then they would the vesting is over 15 months. So they also, if they happen to have existing holding, the super booster also does vesting acceleration. So now let's go through the whole set of boosters here. Give me one moment here. Seeing a little. All right. So first of all, let's understand what a booster NFT is. I know a lot of you are new to NFTs. So you're used to having tokens, right? A fungible token, is not that different from a non-fungible token. The primary difference between them is all sort of ERC20 type tokens are fungible. So you can swap out 2 and it's the same. The difference with an NFT is it's non-fungible, which means each one is unique. So your NFT, your booster NFT or super booster NFT is actually a voucher. That's a good way to think about it. A voucher means, it's good for something, but until it's used, it's a value claim. So it's not unlocked until you actually put it to use. So when you use a booster, we call that boosting, right? Now here's 2 very important things. I'm going to repeat them 2 times. You can buy a booster with any wallet. Any wallet. You can use a booster to boost any wallet. All right? Again, no limit, no constraint. Buy a booster with any wallet you wish. And you can also boost any wallet you wish. There are no limits at all. All right? I get this question again and again and again, and I just want to be clear. It's any and any. All right? And you're going to see how in just a moment. All right, let's continue here. All right, now, how do you buy a booster? So we're going to have you saw the site, and there is, we'll have the URL. So this is vitruvio.xyz/boosters, but we'll have a link to it from the main website also. But there's a buy boosters button. And when you go to that button, it's going to take you to our buying page. Now that buying page has options for you to buy boosters and buy super boosters. You can specify how many you want to buy, and then you can choose which network you want, whether you want to do it on Ethereum or you want to do it on BSC. So those are the 2 chains that we support right now for funding the purchase of the booster, right? So like I said, it can be any wallet you wish. If it's on Ethereum, it's on Ethereum. And there you should have one of these 2 cryptocurrencies in the wallet to fund the purchase of the booster or super booster. USDC or USDT. That's it. You also need a little bit of ETH in there to pay the gas for the transaction. But the primary funding for the purchase of the booster is USDC or USDT if you're choosing Ethereum. If you are choosing the BSC, the Binance Smart Chain Network, then the 2 cryptocurrencies we support are BUSD or USDT. So again, Ethereum, USDC, USDT, and Binance Smart Chain, BUSD or USDT. These are all stable coins, and it makes it super easy. If the price says 150, then you need 150 of them in order to complete the transaction. So on just slightly before October 30th, we'll have the page up, but the actual buy buttons will not be enabled until 9 a.m. Eastern time on October 30th. Now, the limit for the boosters is 20,000. So that's the cap, a hard cap on the boosters. But the total cap for the overall booster sale, because there's not just boosters, there's super boosters also, there's bonuses, etc., is 7.5 million Vitrus. So that's how much the allocation is for the overall token sale, factoring in bonuses and other things that are going to occur. Now, what happens when you buy a booster? Well, when you buy a booster, it's essentially going to first ask you to approve the tokens, the use of those tokens. And next, it's going to ask you to sign a transaction to actually buy the boosters you want. When that transaction is completed, what happens is on the back end, we have a server application that runs, and it generates your booster NFT, and it drops it into the exact same address account, but on Vitruvio mainnet, right? So we are talking about, in this transaction, there's going to be two networks involved, either Ethereum or BSC, one of those, whatever you choose, and Vitruvio mainnet. I have always steadfastly maintained that we will not have a booster sale until we can deliver those boosters to you on our own mainnet. We've crossed that threshold now. Vitruvio mainnet is live. The booster contract will be on there, and your boosters will be delivered. I said within 24 hours, but that's really to deal with any queues, etc., that come up. Our goal is to actually get that settled very quickly in minutes. But if something, if there's a lot of purchases all at once, that queue could get backed up a little bit. And that's why we said within 24 hours. So what will happen then? How will you be able to check if your account has a booster or not? Well, we don't have a nice sort of page yet where you can check, but if you put your address into Explorer on explorer.vitruvio.xyz, you will see that transaction, and you'll be able to see that NFT is in your account. Now, certain wallets, I think MetaMask is one of them, do show you NFTs already if they are ERC721 compatible, which this one is. And so you might be able to do that. If you have a wallet that supports NFTs, you'll be able to go see that. We will very quickly get a page up where you can easily go and look at it. But it is Web3, right? You don't have to wait for us to do this. You can go look on Explorer. In fact, if someone in the community is a developer and wants to spin up their own app to show people these, they're welcome to do that. It's all open and all transparent. It's Web3, so anyone can do that. You don't have to rely on the protocol team to do something that's just a decentralized application. But this is the workflow. It's actually very, very simple. It might sound complicated because we're dealing with two networks, but it's trivially simple because you don't have to do anything with the Vitruvio part. You just go to this dApp and you do your Ethereum transaction or your BSC transaction, buy the boosters, and you're done. They'll show up in your account. Now, let's talk about what happens after that. So the first thing I want to talk about is what that NFT represents, right? So if you buy one booster, that's USD 150, what does it have? Well, it gives you a claim of 100 Vitru tokens. Why is it a claim? Remember I told you, the booster NFT is a voucher. It is not actually tokens. It's not actually anything. It's a voucher. You have to actually use it. You have to boost with it in order to activate things, all right? So it's got a claim there for 100 Vitrus. It will boost your vesting by 0.10%. The booster tokens that you will claim, the 100 tokens themselves, have the same vesting duration as everything else, 18 months. You're going to have a perks pool share, a lifetime revenue share, and you're going to have Genesis artwork. So those are all the things that come with this one NFT. A good way to think of the NFT is it's a voucher that has utility, and is also an art NFT at the same time. All right. Now let's look at some of the things that are important here. The first 1,000 buys, transactions with 7 or more get into an additional 5% revenue share pool, and I'll go into more detail on that. But so that's essentially for the first 1,000. Now, one of the things that's very important in this blockchain and the way we are running it under my leadership is there are no gimmicks here. So if you want to buy more than 10, 15, etc., more than 7 rather, you don't have to split up transactions or anything like that. It doesn't benefit you at all. As long as you have 7 or more in a transaction, all of those boosters will be used to factor in your portion of the revenue share. So don't need to resort to any gimmicks or anything. Buy whatever boosters you want in a single transaction. I believe the UI is set up to support up to 100. So you can safely buy whatever you need and it'll be okay. The first 250 boosters get a free Vitruvio Genesis sneaker. Now, we did cap that. So if someone, the first 1,000 have 7, etc., right? So only 3 of those will count for the sneakers. So you're not going to get more than 3 sneakers per wallet. So there's that. We have some goal milestones. So if we can get to 2 million, everyone gets a 5% bonus. With 3 million, everyone gets a 15%. And the best case scenario is if we can achieve $5 million in sales, everyone gets a 20% bonus. And all those Vitrus come from that single pool of 7.5 million that is allocated there. All right, so what do you do with your booster? Well, for 30 days, you can hold it or you can transfer it. You can do either of those things. So if you want to transfer it to someone, you can. We don't yet have a place where you can list it and sell it like a marketplace. We'll be working on that, but it won't be done within the next 30 days. So if you can make if you want to transfer your booster to someone else, you're more than welcome to do that. But on December 1, we will have our DAO dashboard, our NDAO dashboard. And at that time, you will be able to use your booster NFT to actually boost your account. Because remember, in order to boost this, to use the voucher, you need something to use it with. And those Nexus NFTs are not going to be airdropped to your account until December 1. So December 1 is the trigger for you to be able to use your booster NFT. It's also the trigger when you can actually access your tokens for the first time in any wallet you prefer, like whatever it is, MetaMask, etc., and be able to use them. So you're going to have tokens that are vesting and locked, and then you're going to have tokens that are rebased and free and open. So you're going to have both of those on December 1. So I mistakenly in a Discord comment said that the boosters expire in 12 months when I've always maintained it's 18 months. So I apologize for that. I just want to clarify and reinforce here again that the boosters, all of them, will expire on April 30th. I am not sure why anyone would have an unused booster, because the point of it is to use the voucher in order to get those tokens, etc. But if you didn't, for whatever reason, you have until April 30th, 2025 in order to do that. Okay, next, what is the boost, right? So as I mentioned, you can boost any wallet you wish, and there are 2 possibilities here. One, the wallet you are boosting has a Nexus NFT. So on December 1, it's an OG, and you got airdropped a Nexus NFT, which has your whole Vitru claim your token claim and all of that. Or the wallet you are wanting to boost does not have a Nexus NFT. That's fine. You can do that, right? Just remember, everyone who purchased future coins, in all the events that have happened previously, funding events, is going to be airdropped a Nexus NFT on December 1, 2023, right? So all your addresses are in the spreadsheet. And remember, by December 1, you will have gone through the merge and view process. So it's entirely possible that you selected a different wallet, you merged multiple things into a wallet, and so on and so forth. So all of that will have happened prior to December 1, and then you can boost. So let's actually examine both these scenarios. So here is what exactly happens to the Nexus NFT for each boost, right? You can have many different boosts. So each one has the following. The first thing that happens is that the Vitru allocation in your Nexus NFT increases by 100 plus whatever the rebases were. All rebases here are from Genesis. They are from block number 1. So it doesn't matter which day, sort of, they're being airdropped on December 1, but it doesn't matter. You're already accumulating the block 1, which was a few days ago. So you're already accumulating those rebases, so you'll get those coins also. Every Nexus NFT has a vesting table of 18 months, and the boosting process will go into the vesting table and increase each one by 0.1%. Now, in the process, it's possible that if you do enough boosts, that the entire vesting process becomes less than 18 months. You've probably seen this in the spreadsheets, where if you have enough boosts, the vesting process becomes 15 months and 12 months and so on and so forth. And that's the whole point of them. Your booster perks units increase by 100, corresponding to the tokens. Your rev share units increase by 100, corresponding to the Vitru coins. And here's an important thing. I just want to make sure everyone understand this. If you have any referral bonus, that booster was purchased with a referral bonus, it will be rejected. Let that sink in. The reason it will be rejected is because referrals are only good for new buyers. A person who has a Nexus NFT is not a new buyer, and therefore the referral bonus is not applicable to them. So just keep that in mind when you do the referrals. It's got to be someone who's not already, the address is not already in the spreadsheet, because that's what we are using. All right. So this is nothing new. This is expected. I just want to make sure that people understand that the bonuses are not at the time of buying, they are at the time of boosting. So that's just to avoid gamification. I know that anytime there's a referral program of some kind, there are people who are inclined to try and game the system, etc. This is basically saying, sorry, you cannot game the system. It's pretty straightforward. When you try and boost it, you're going to get your 5% if and only if it's a new person. If it's a Nexus NFT, not going to happen. Next, the booster NFT is marked as used. It's boosted. It's done. The voucher has been redeemed, and it becomes an art NFT. So even after a booster is done, it still is valuable. It has the unique Genesis artwork. We have had 21 amazing artists in the community create the amazing artwork that you see behind here. That's going to be on your NFT. And the augmented reality aspect of it, there's going to be a little QR code there that you can scan with your camera on your mobile phone, and you can see the augmented reality content that's available for you. All right. Now, the next one is, if you don't have a Nexus NFT, what happens? First, a sip of chai. So what we're going to do is, for any persons who buy a booster NFT and then want to boost an account, they won't have a Nexus NFT, right? So they will be automatically airdropped a Maxim NFT. The difference between a Nexus and a Maxim NFT is that the Maxim NFT does not have any governance rights in the DAO. That's the primary difference. It has no, it comes with 0 tokens, right? The Nexus NFT is 100% going to have tokens you purchased with it, but the Maxim NFT is just airdropped, and it has 0 tokens, and it has no voting rights. But other than that, everything is the same. Everything that was in the booster, in the voucher, is transferred over into that Maxim NFT. So the coins, the vesting boost, the perks units, the rev share units, all of that. So Nexus, Maxim work the same way, except Maxim means it's a new user. And guess what? If it's a Maxim user, a Maxim NFT, we know it's a new user, and you do get your referral bonus of 5% to both the referrer and the referee. So that means it would be 105 Bitru coins for the maxim, and then there would be 5 coins added to the referrer's account. Now, if they don't have any NFT in their account, then it will not work. So if you're referring someone, the presumption is that it's someone in the ecosystem here who is going to have a Nexus NFT. That might change. We might auto drop a Maxim NFT for them also, but it's highly unlikely. The referral program is supposed to be for our current community to reward them. And so if there is not a Nexus NFT in the referrer's account, that's going to be a problem. So make sure you're using one of the wallets that is going to be airdropped a Nexus NFT for referring. All right, then stacking. So you can boost a Nexus or Maxima NFT with as many boosters as you want, right? This is called stacking, and that works unlimited. But there are 2 constraints. Vesting, so the vesting component of it can only be boosted a maximum of 25 times. Everything else, no limit. Coins, perks, rev share, boost away as many as you want. Now, a super booster is special. When you boost an account, a Nexus NFT or a Maxim NFT with a super booster, what we'll do is check to see if that account is already boosted. And we'll warn you, because the super booster will replace all prior vesting. It'll basically nullify all the prior vesting. The super booster vesting is like 4%, etc. So it's pretty high, and you would want that. The behavior I'm talking about is something you would want. But if you have multiple super boosters, it'll choose the highest one, but only one super boost vesting boost can be usable on an NFT at any given time. So that's an important constraint there, but it won't apply to a majority of people, just the few folks who will buy super boosters.